Alright YouTube, I'm here gonna install a external transmission cooler, or not cooler, filter kit with thermostat. So what you get in the box is the mount, the filter, the gauge, thermostat, some hose clamps, some hose studs or whatever you want to call them, stick out of the top of the mount, and you get a little small piece for putting in your transmission, the end of it at least, so you can hook the new rubber hose to it and run it straight to the transmission filter, external filter. So it's not a bad design, but my only problem is if you're looking at it straight on. Okay, obviously I got the thermostat, or whatever you want to call it, right here in the way, but you should be able to see that bolt, but you can't see that one or that one, and you cannot mark it while it's in the truck with a pen or Sharpie or anything like that. Anyways, there might be a better way, like one of those stupid little paint markers you spray in there. But what I did to get around that, just take some cardboard, punch holes in through the back, a little something like that, and then I took it to the my truck, transferred the holes, drilled them out, and that simple little quick fix. Now the one thing I actually do not like about this kit, and it's not even a big deal, it's these. This is your mounting hardware to mount that to your frame, your firewall, or wherever you want to. Which obviously if you're mounting it to your firewall or inside of your fender or something like that, you're not going to be able to get on the other side with a nut. But they didn't come with a nut and a bolt like I have on here for these three. Since I'm going to be mounting this on my frame rail underneath the truck, I really don't like those for that. So I figured I'd do something like a nut and a bolt, washer and a lock washer. Teflon tape the threads for the inlet and outlet. It's even marked on there. Inlet right there, outlet. I painted mine. It comes raw aluminum when you get it, so just like the picture right there, that one. Now I thought the fittings were going to be brass like they show in the picture. They're black. I think that's a cleaner look anyways. Kind of wish the temp sensor was black, but yeah, it is what it is. And in this kit, they're barb fittings. That's what those are called. You get the diagram, everything you need. Now, on this one, you can't go off the diagram for your transmission to your filter, to the radiator, or whatever. Because this shows it exits out the back of the transmission and goes in. On these old Fords, these OBS's, it actually exits the transmission in the front. So that's where I'm going to be hooking mine up to. So I know the temperature exiting the transmission. Because I do have a transmission cooler. It's hard to see. It's out of a you can see it. It's right there. It's actually bigger than one you would have found on the diesels of these years. It's from a Ford. It's Ford stamped and everything. It's out of a Expedition. I think it's out of the Expedition. It's actually, you know, bigger than normal. And on these, especially on these trucks, so like, here's the old transmission line coming up inside the radiator. How cool are you actually getting that when it's already getting heated up by the hot engine coolant in the radiator being right next to each other? So can't hurt to put a different transmission cooler on and put an external oil filter or transfer filter. I'm fairly certain the threads on these filters are the same as the oil filter is for the truck, I believe. But I'm gonna pause it here and I'm gonna get into the truck and I'll bring you guys back when I'm installing it. Alright guys, now I'm underneath the truck. So here's the 3 holes I drilled using that piece of cardboard to transfer the holes. Unfortunately, they told me to use a, I don't know, 13/16 drill bit. Too small for those. I don't know if you want to call them self tappers or whatever you want to call them. Probably would have worked, but I'm using different hardware, so I got to drill it bigger. It is close. I don't want to make the holes too big because I actually want the tolerance between them to be really tight. I don't want much wiggle room so they don't have a chance. I mean, obviously, I have the locking washer, split washer, whatever you want to call it. It's going to help lock them. But I just want them to be nice and tight. So I'll just wallow them out a little bit. Oh, close. So very close. A little bit more. Let's see where we're sitting. I mean, I'm right there. Oh. All right. Let's see. I might have 2 of the 3. Like, that's really tight. It might still be a little too tight. I didn't want to have to thread them through a frame at least. Top one, still a little tight. Yeah, I'll go a little bit more. We're getting there. Oh, shit. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. Snap the drill bit. They're cheap drill bits I got from Menards, so it's not that big of a deal to me. It snapped it again. Oh, honestly, it would have been quicker if I would have just crawled my lazy self out from underneath the truck and got a bigger size drill bit. But I don't really feel like doing that. Like I said, lazy. And to get over here, I gotta either crawl underneath the truck or crawl over the top and get on the passenger side. And there's like 6-inch gap between the truck and wall of the garage, so not really ideal. But I think we got it. I say I think, but we got it. So let me add. Ooh. The hardware I have for this is in my opinion just long enough. There we go. Now that one started. I want to obviously start them all before I just start cranking down on any of this. Top one ain't really all the way through. So I gotta kind of screw it in. Let's see. In here.
In here?
Yes, in here. Okay, I want to make sure I had that nut started.
Hey,
What are you doing? Working on the truck. Go back inside and watch TV, okay? I'll be in a second. I don't know who that is. Alright. Got all three started. Now I'm gonna crank them down so they don't go nowhere. One, and I'm not going to get a torque wrench or anything out like that. I'm just going to do German spec, good and tight. I'm probably going tighter than I need to on these, so it'd be all right, especially since I got the lock washer on there. Oh. Barely get this wrench on this one. Come on. What? I see. You opened it?
Yeah.
Alright. That's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I got it down.
So now I'm probably about to make a huge mess.
Okay,
Because I'm going to unhook that transmission line. Probably not a good idea. So let's see. See if I can show you guys where it's at. You see that line right here? Goes right up to there. That is the outlet of the transmission. That is where the transmission fluid flows out of. And the return is actually right here. So I'm not going to touch the return. I don't need to mess with that one whatsoever. The inlet or the outlet is what I need to tap into and make this work. So this is probably going to get really messy. And I'll bring you guys back when I'm done with that. Alright, YouTube. Finally got the two hoses hooked up. I still got to run. I got the wire already ran for the thermostat. I'm just going to have to put an eyelet on there and plug it right up here. Now for the hoses, I got it hooked up right there. That one's just coming right over the frame. So this first section right here, the second one is going back up over the frame, coming down right there behind the exhaust and tying in right there. So I'm gonna leave you guys here for this is all I'm gonna do for this video. I'll make another video talking about showing how to install the thermostat gauge and what that needs to be done, because essentially this is functional at this point. I don't need the thermostat gauge if I don't want it. I mean, it's not functional right now, and the only reason I say that is because the filter's empty. I'm gonna fill it up, put it back in here before I start the truck, because I don't want it to be empty. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here with this video. I'm gonna end it now. So I will make a video, like I said, talk about the temperature gauge and how I'm gonna hook it up and how it's gonna run. I already got the wire ran over here just to make sure it would work out, but that'll be another video. All right, peace.